So now our next guest, her name is Ayanda Nhlapho. She is a creative, a fashion entrepreneur, actress and presenter, and the founder and creative director of House of Ayanda. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies.
How are you, Ayanda?
I'm fabulous, thanks. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us. We're good.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You look so gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you
look
so
really
much.
gorgeous.
I woke up like this.
Oh,
I'm joking. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And hello to everybody who's listening. I'm so excited to be here. So thank you for having me.
We're excited
Yeah.
to have you.
Now, you might know her from your screens. Okay, she is an actress, as I've said, and she's also a presenter. But I'm going to let her introduce herself. So, Ayanda, for people who don't know who Ayanda Nhlapho is, who is Ayanda Nhlapho?
Well, hi everyone. I'm Ayanda Nhlapho. I think you've done a great job at introducing me. But yes, I'm a multifaceted creative. I'm an actress. I'm a fashion designer. I'm a TV presenter. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a student.
Yes.
I do a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats. But yeah, I'm a creative and I'm a businesswoman, and I'm also just really passionate about education. So yeah, I'm doing my final year right now. It's going down, but we keep it moving.
Yeah. So now, speaking of so many things and wearing so many hats, like how do you balance everything?
Time management, number one. Focus, number two. Determination. Like if you're really serious about whatever it is you're doing, then you will dedicate time to it. You will dedicate focus to it, and just give it your best. You know, I think that's how I keep things balanced. I won't lie. Sometimes it does get overwhelming. It's difficult sometimes to actually keep everything balanced and be on top of everything. But I think it boils down to time management. 24 hours is actually a lot.
A lot, yes.
So we can do a lot with 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that today I want us to speak about House of Ayanda. But before we get into that, have you always wanted to be an actress?
To be honest with you, no. At first, because I'm quite an academic as well. That's why I've actually gone back to school. But at first I wanted to be a scientist.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when I was 13, I realized I want to be an actress. I was in the main school musical and I was the lead girl. And I was always involved in cultural activities and I stayed for it. But I think when we did the main school musical, that's when it hit me. Like I really enjoyed being on stage. I enjoy performing. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to pivot. I want to be an actress. So I went and studied drama at the National School of the Arts here in Braamfontein. And the rest is history.
And we've been seeing you on our screens, entertaining us, by the way. So now you are currently completing your BA in Communication Science, right?
Yes.
What is BA in Communication Science?
Sure. So the BA Communication Science is a degree that is very... it's very wide in terms of what it offers, but communication sciences is basically the core of what makes up communication in different contexts. Why we communicate, how we communicate, and so forth. So I think it's deeper than what meets the eye. Like communication is not just hello, njani, goodbye. It's such a deep course and a deep industry, and I think also communication is at the center of everything we do. So it teaches you the importance of that and how to apply communication in different contexts, different organizations, different reasons. It can be strategic communication, there's brand communication, we explore all kinds of communication. So because I am a communicator at large, this degree, I'm enjoying it. It makes sense for my career. And also I'm getting to do something scientific. Remember, I wanted to be a scientist. So now I'm a communication scientist.
So now, can we go back just a little bit? When you decided, when you were 13, right? When you decided you want to act.
Yeah.
Did you get any support from your parents? Were they not like, no, but we want you to be a doctor, we want you to be a lawyer? Because I feel like with parents, when you tell them you want to go into the entertainment space, they always say, no, man, do something better. Become a lawyer, become a doctor. So was the support there?
So luckily for me, the support was always there.
Yeah.
And I say luckily because I know a lot of kids never got to realize their dreams because of how strict their parents were in terms of, I think acting and artistic industries are not really seen as
Yes.
serious, safe
industries,
to take.
yes.
So I'm lucky in the fact that my parents have always allowed me to do what I want to do. They've always trusted me with my passions and my dreams.
Nice.
And I think they also know me. They understand me. They knew that I was meant to be a performer. I've always wanted to be on TV.
Yeah.
I was always disruptive, even in the living room. Like when they're trying to watch the news, I'm there like, no, watch me. Let
watch
me
me.
entertain
I'm
you.
the entertainer here.
I'm the entertainer.
Yes.
And I'd be like, put me behind the
The
TV. I thought that's how they
that's how they get into,
So it's always something I've always been good at and passionate at, and something I was born with. So I think my parents saw that and they couldn't deny me that. So I'm really grateful that, you know, they gave me the opportunity to follow my dreams and supported me thus far. And I'm also proud of myself for actually making it happen. I think we also have the responsibility to prove to our parents that, look, you made the right decision by allowing me to go study fashion design or to go study acting. You know, we also need to play our part and actually make it work. Yes, it's a difficult industry to thrive in, but you can actually have a fruitful career out of being a creative. So yeah, lucky for me, I got to actually follow my dreams and study all my passions. But now, in my 30s, I'm like, oh, I miss the academic side of things. Hence, I've gone back to school. I'm doing a BA degree and I'm in my final year. And for me, that's balance. I feel like I'm finally balancing things out. I spent my 20s and my teens following my dreams and my passions. So now in my 30s, I'm building the academic side of me.
Nice, I love that. So now, what was it like when you got your first TV gig? Like, now I'm going to be on TV.
Yo, my first TV gig, I actually remember it was an advert. And it was a big advert. It was for Coca-Cola.
Okay.
So, you know, Coca-Cola is a big brand.
It's a big brand,
so,
yes.
And we were introducing the whole name on a Coca-Cola can. So that concept on its own was big. So everybody saw the adverts. It was like a dream come true. And I got to also work with so many cool kids in the adverts, you know. So it was a stamp of approval to be like, your dreams are valid. This thing is possible. Here you are, you know. That was my first adverts, and it was priceless. I mean, it's a feeling I can never get over. No matter, even if I was to go shoot another commercial tomorrow, I feel like it's always the same feeling. It doesn't get old because of the passion, right?
That you have, Nice, I love that. So we are going to get into House of Ayanda. I want to know what inspired you and where did you get the idea of getting into fashion, right? But I have to play a song, and when we get back, we will get straight into that. We are in conversation with Ayanda Nhlapho. So now, Ayanda, let's get into your business side of things, right? You have a House of Ayanda. Can you tell us a little bit more about House of Ayanda?
So House of Ayanda is my baby. I'm the founder and creative director of House of Ayanda. It was officially established, I'd say, in 2024.
Okay.
And last year I did my official first fashion show at Soweto Fashion Week.
Nice.
So since then we've been on a roll doing fashion show after fashion show.
Yes.
And now we are getting into the workshops sort of space, because House of Ayanda is a fashion house. It's not just a fashion brand.
Okay.
So I'm growing what we offer under the fashion house.
Okay, so what inspired you to start House of Ayanda?
I've always wanted to be a fashion designer.
Okay.
And I think I took a lot of years like doing research and interviewing different kinds of fashion houses and designers on my TV show, and just learning up until I got to a point where I'm ready to actually start the brand and the fashion house. So I'm here now.
So do you design from scratch?
I do design from scratch. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
I don't like sewing. So even when I was studying fashion design, my strongest point was always fashion illustration. I struggled with sewing and pattern making, and so it's very important to stick to your strong points. And right now, as a brand, I have a team, so it's good to also delegate and give people work where they are good at. So I'm the designer, and then I have a team of seamstresses that make the clothes, but I'm also very hands-on when I need to be. I know how to sew, I just don't like sewing.
Okay. So now your designs blend African symbolism with modern elegance, right? How do you decide which stories to tell through fashion?
I decide which stories to tell based on what narratives I think are important. And, we're Africans. I'm
Yeah.
an African. So that is always at the core of the messaging. We need to tell our stories. Our stories are beautiful. We have so much heritage, so much richness in our DNA, in our history, in our cultures.
Yeah.
So, those are the stories we need to tell to ourselves, to each other, and more importantly, to the world.
Yeah.
So my brand is rooted in African storytelling and celebrating our beautiful cultures and everything that makes us unique to the world. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what would you say are some of the challenges that you faced ever since you started House of Ayanda?
Yo, that's a good question. Financial challenges,
Yeah.
because I'm self-funded, so
Okay.
it's very difficult to create a brand or start a business out of your own
Okay,
pocket.
pockets, yeah.
Financial challenges, also internal challenges when it comes to the team. Like sometimes it's difficult to find the right person who knows what to do. So you find that maybe the seamstress is very good at stitching buttons, but they struggle with stitching zips. So
Okay.
you constantly have to evaluate and see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can set you back in terms of time, finances, and resources. But eventually you get it right.
Yeah.
So those are some of the challenges, to name a few. Yeah.
So now, winning Young Designers Season 3 must have been life-changing. How did it shape your career in fashion?
Sure, that's actually where it all began. I used to sell vintage clothes at a market in Braamfontein during my gap year. I've always loved fashion. I grew up into a family that was fashion orientated.
Yeah.
But when I was selling the vintage clothes, it was just, I'm swanko. It's something to do for fun. And I've always understood fashion, and I always had the nice mpahlas.
Yeah.
So I started to customize them, and the interest grew. And then I got scouted to enter Young Designers.
Okay.
And that's when I realized I'm actually a fashion designer. So then after I won Young Designers, that's when I decided to study fashion design. And then I got into a TV show that was educating people about the fashion industry. That's where I got to get more and more knowledge. And then fast forward, now I officially finally have my own brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, how do you balance creativity with the business side?
Wow, your questions are so great.
Yeah.
How do I balance creativity and business? Discipline.
Yeah.
Literally drawing the line between the two. It's two different disciplines, but they both coexist, because creativity without the business and the business without the creativity, in my world, one would lack.
Yes. Definitely.
So it's about finding those unique dots or spaces where you can integrate both, and sort of weaving both elements into one, so that it creates a smoother, bigger picture.
Yeah.
So knowing how to price my items, for example, so that I'm not overpricing or underpricing, and it complements exactly the work that was put in. It's knowing how to just combine those two worlds to have a seamless one big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the do's and don'ts in the fashion industry, right? When you're a fashion designer, what are some of the things that you should know, that you should do this and this you don't do?
Wow. I'd say let's start with the do's. So the do's are: be creative, be yourself, and celebrate your unique voice.
Yeah.
We're all different as designers, and I think that's what makes design powerful, because essentially you're saying something through design. So do stick to your voice. Do be authentic. Do not be afraid to tell your truth. Do not be afraid to express yourself. So those are the don'ts.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to tell your truth. And don't be afraid to take risks. Nothing ever worked without taking risks. And sometimes you take a risk and you fail, but you're failing forward. And it's better than not doing anything at all.
Yes.
And don't compare yourself to others. It's good for research purposes to look at what others are doing, or what's the market looking like, what are the trends that we're looking at, but not to compare yourself, even as an individual. That's just something we don't do.
We don't do that.
Yeah, but what we do is be ourselves proudly and loudly.
And loudly.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I love that. So what would you say makes, or rather sets House of Ayanda apart from other fashion brands? Because we have so many fashion brands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you would tell someone about House of Ayanda, what would you say sets you apart?
I'd say what sets us apart, or me apart, is the style and the design of my work.
Yeah.
It's unique. It's nothing. I'm not doing what other people are doing, and I also don't really follow trends. I stick to sort of like timeless designs that really authentically speak to me and the ethos of my brand. Yeah, I think that's what I'd say. And also the fact that we're a fashion house and more than just a fashion brand.
Yeah.
I think that's what sets us apart. Yeah.
Yeah. So now for someone who is now confused, what is a fashion brand and what is a fashion house?
Yeah.
Yes.
So a fashion brand is like literally just a fashion brand where you focused on either clothing or apparel or jewelry.
Yeah.
And that is your sole entity or your sole business. A fashion house is it's a larger scale of offering where you could offer styling under your fashion house.
Okay.
You could offer image consulting. You could offer fashion events. You could offer obviously a fashion collection. So many things that fall, a magazine publication, so many things under the fashion house. So that is essentially my vision, and that's what we're trying to do,
Nice, yeah. So there is a fashion series that you're working on,
Yes.
right? But I want us to go on a music break. You asked for Pozonke by Ricky Rick. I'm going to play that song, and when we come back from that music break, we will get into the fashion series that Ayanda is working on. Stay tuned. This is Between the Lines, and we are continuing our conversation with Ayanda Nhlapho. We are looking at her business side of things. You know, I know you might know her as an actress. You've seen her on TV, but she's also got a business, a fashion house, right? That's how you call it, right? So now we're looking at the fashion workshop series, right? Ayanda, can you tell us a little bit about that one, the fashion series?
Yes, I'd love to tell you about the Fashion Workshop Series, Fashion Masterclass. So it is a fashion experience like no other that you don't want to miss. It is a curated one-day full fashion experience where we get to explore different aspects of the fashion industry. And for this one, we're going to be focusing on fashion design, styling, branding, and modeling. So it's a space, an intimate space for emerging and creative, emerging and established creatives to come through, enhance their crafts, learn some industry insights, enhance their skills, and also collaborate and get to know each other, network with a vibrant fashion community, and just have fun. I think it's a very unique way of learning. I'm so excited. It's the first one. And I hope you're going to be there.
Okay, so when is it happening and for how long?
So it's going to be happening on the 11th of April, next week, Saturday.
Okay, that's next week.
Next week, Saturday, in Hyde Park at Tweak and Style Studio, right here in Johannesburg. And it's going to be a full day of literally learning, exploring, being inspired, growing, and enhancing your skills in your craft. Come through. Tickets are available on Quicket. You can follow me on my socials for more details, but it's definitely something you don't want to miss. Like I said, it's for upcoming and established fashion creatives. And you either fashion design or brand building or modeling or styling. If you're into any of those or all of those, then this one is for you. And if you're 16 years old and above, come through. It's for you.
Learn something.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, what advice would you give to young creatives then trying to break into the fashion industry?
I would say come to initiatives and platforms like this, like a fashion workshop series of this kind really offers deeper insights that you might not get at school. I'm not saying school is redundant. We learn a lot at school, but there's so many other things that you learn outside of school, from networking, going to workshops, watching YouTube videos, reading books, so I feel like this platform is one of those extended ways of learning. So if you want to start Open up yourself to the fashion industry. Network, read books, watch YouTube videos, attend events and workshops like mine. Go to SA Fashion Week, see what designers are doing. Try to get access to backstage and see what it's like. Shadow some of established designers. I think job shadowing is also an amazing thing, so that you get to have hands-on direct insight and experience as to how it goes. Get internships, study. I mean, studying is at the top of it. Get that degree or that diploma, or even if it's a short course. It all matters in the end.
So I know you said anyone who is into fashion, could be a stylist, could be a fashion designer, is welcome to come through. So what if I'm not yet a fashion designer, or I'm not doing anything that has to do with fashion, but I'm interested? Am I still welcome to attend?
Absolutely. So you're still welcome to attend. It's a platform that might also inspire you to want to start, or just if you're just passionate about it, but you don't necessarily want to be in the industry. It's still worth your while. It's a hobby, learning new skills, opening up yourself to meeting new people. You never know what could happen or what could come out of that. But it's the insight and the knowledge is definitely valuable, and there's so much you can do with it. So that's why I encourage everyone to come, whether you're established, whether you're an emerging designer, whether you are yet to get into it, or whether it's just something you like. Maybe you're into maths and science, but on weekends you find yourself watching fashion shows on YouTube. Like, it's just something you like, then come through. It's for you.
Or maybe you're just like me, you once wanted to be a fashion designer. I wanted to be a fashion designer.
And what happened?
This was in high school, by the way. So because I knew from a young age that I wanted to go into the entertainment space, but the only thing I wanted to do was to be a television presenter. Like, television presenting is my thing. And then I started watching fashion shows, and I started having a sketchbook where I would just draw.
Nice.
My dad really loved that. I don't know what happened. It just went away, all of it. Like,
I think you need to come to the fashion workshop series so we can dissect and reignite that fire.
Exactly.
Because I think it's still there. And that's the thing. Sometimes it happens. You find yourself, you pivot, maybe something caught your fire along the way. But the fact that you're still mentioning it and you remember that, and you remember how your dad felt, that means it's still embedded within you. And that's the thing. It's never too late to tap back into the things you like. So come through. Please join us.
Definitely. So that I can bring it in. Maybe I'll be a fashion designer. And I think I was inspired a lot by David Tlale. Do you have any fashion designer that you look up to?
Listen, he's one of my faves, he's one of my faves. I definitely look up to him. He's an inspiration. He's done and is still doing so well. There's so many designers locally that are doing very well that inspire me. Tebe Makuku, I love, how his brand is, put together, the designs, the storytelling. It's so inspiring. Those are the kinds of designers I'm working towards being like in terms of how they do things. But obviously I'm going to stick to my voice.
Your voice, yes.
But just locally, just to mention a few, David Tlale, definitely. I love Gatke Johan Kitsia as well. Tebe Makuku. Oh man, there's many. That's the thing. That's how much talent we have in our country. It's even difficult to just name only 3, because there's so many amazing designers in South Africa.
And I'm sure one day someone would look at House of Ayanda and say, I am inspired by that brand.
Yes,
and
honey.
That's where I want to be. Yes, that's where I want to be. So before we close it off, I just want to know, what does a day in the life of Ayanda Nhlapho look like?
So because I am a creative, I'm a student, I'm an entrepreneur, I do different things. I don't have a set schedule. My days are different. Like today I'm on radio. Tomorrow is something else. But I wake up and pray. Always start the day with gratitude. Center myself, amp myself up, say my daily affirmations. I work out. I think that's why I still look young, because I take care of myself. A little bit of working out goes a long way. Drink water. And then, how I do my things? I have a to-do list. So each day I know what I need to do. Then I get into it. Then I come back, relax, play some music. Love music. Helps me relax, after a long day. Cook. I love cooking. So, that's basically.
So you can just wake up one day and decide, I want to be a chef now.
I could. I could. And that's the thing. I have that kind of personality. Like I even feel like when I reach my 40s, I'm probably going to just pivot and do something else.
Something else, yeah.
But it's also important to stay the course. So I want to see, for example, House of Ayanda growing and growing. We need to stay the course.
Yeah.
You know, but I also never limit myself from doing other things I want to do. Yeah.
So just lastly, just to close it off, there are so many fashion trends. Ne? Some of
Yeah.
them are from way back. If you had a chance to bring back a fashion trend in 2026, which one would it be?
That is such a cool question.
Yeah.
And it's also difficult because I think right now the trend is that. This like we're back in the 80s and the 90s with the belts we used to wear, the mini skirts, the shoes, the crop tops, you know, the whole vibe. The Bermudas.
Yes.
So I think we're already there. But what I would love to bring back more is the makeup and the hairstyles.
You know, last week we were having a conversation about old trends, and I said, if I had a chance to bring back a beauty trend, I think I would bring back the simple makeup trend, like your one-line eyebrows. That was very simple.
And iconic.
Yeah, and very iconic. And it was not a problem back then because it's a thing. Do you understand? So now you have to spend hours doing your eyebrows and, man.
And you're so right, the simple makeup, because now we're contouring, we're layering,
so
we're
many
baking,
things going on. Yes.
Here, it's a lot. So yes, I love that.
Yeah.
So because the 90s did have a lot of simplicity and easiness, you know, and I think people just felt naturally confident without having to do too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to bring back all of that.
You must just, no one is going to say anything. Yes, they're going to talk and say, one line eyebrow, but I'm bringing it back by fire, by force.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Ayanda. This was really interesting.
Me.
I think that's where we're going to close it off. Miss B, do you have any question for Ayanda?
For Ayanda?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I just love it. I just feel like looking at you the whole day. You're beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you
You're
so
beautiful. I just
much.
feel like
Yeah.
looking at
Oh,
you.
that's so sweet. I mean, I wish I could just stay here the whole day and conversate with you ladies. Your energy is amazing.
Yeah, thank you
know.
so much.
Kumnandi Gibela, it's nice,
It's nice to be here. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, all good things come to an end. I don't know.
Let's continue the conversation. Follow me on social.
Yes.
You can catch me at _Ayanda Nhlapho on IG. I'm very active on IG, but I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Nyazama. But yeah, mostly on IG. And then you can also catch my brand at House of Ayanda on IG. Yeah, that's about it. So let's keep it locked to the socials. DM me. Let's have a
Yeah, let's have a
conversation.
conversation.
Book your tickets to the Fashion Masterclass event happening next week, Saturday on the 11th of April. I hope to see you all there. And yeah, stay shining.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Let's do this again tomorrow. This is where we're closing it off. It's time for the Passion Plug coming up next with Paradise and Tabang. So make sure you stay tuned. Okay, from myself, Tozama Luabeka Kumalo, Tombi Asemadungweni. Let's meet again tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here on your radio, Newtown Radio. Miss B.
Good night, everybody. For me, it's a good
Yeah,
night.
Miss B. Good night, everybody. Good deal. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.